Hello everybody, my name is Brian. I'd like to welcome you to my YouTube channel called Improvised Survival. It's brand new, and before I get into the alcohol gun, I'd like to tell you a quick summary of what this YouTube channel is going to be about. First off, I had a survival bag for going on about 12 years now, ever since I got out of the military in 1999. Back then, I didn't know of anybody that had one. I just thought it was a pretty smart thing to do. I had one in my closet. Then recently, I discovered that they're also called bug-out bags, and I was pretty excited about that. That it's a lot more popular than I originally thought. So I Googled it, and of course, Google led me here to YouTube, and I looked at a lot of different bug-out bags and survival bags. Some are awesome, some are great. Some are not so good. What I did notice is the really, really good ones, they're not practical. They are not for the everyday person. The guy that makes, very little amount of money, has access to very few things. Some of those bug-out bags, guys were talking about thousands of dollars. Alice packs and brand new 357s and all kinds of expensive filtration systems and all kinds of things like that. I don't think it's very practical. I think that everything in a survival bag or survival situation should have more than one use. Just about everything in my bag, I can use it for more than just the originally intended purpose. Another thing that I noticed is I don't remember seeing anybody having an extra pair of dry socks in their bag. Ziploc bag with a folded pair of socks. Wet feet, it's not a cool thing. And socks can be used for a lot of different things besides, on your feet. You can use them as filtration systems, hand warmers. You can bind a wound with it, and since there's two in a pair, you can use it to splint a broken bone. And I have yet to see anybody with socks in their bug-out bags. So now that that's over with, I'd like to get into the alcohol gun. This alcohol gun is actually an alternative to mace, traditional mace, or pepper spray, as a lot of people know it. You got a can of pepper spray. It has a pretty long range, but very limited amount of uses that you can get out of it. And that's pretty much the only thing you can do with it. You can't cook with it, you can't brush your teeth with it, it takes up space, and once it's done, you can't even use the container unless you want to try puncturing it. It goes in the garbage. Throw it away, throw it off to the side. I don't think that's very practical. So, I believe in using an improvised version of that. Now, this is extreme measure alternative, not something I would recommend for now. This would be something in the apocalypse, zombie apocalypse or nuclear warfare, whatever, and the world ends, natural disasters, whatever, and your fight for survival. Because this alternative method, it could hurt. It could do some damage. So, what is my alcohol gun? The alcohol gun is simply isopropyl alcohol with an industrial strength spray bottle. You don't have to use just this kind of spray bottle. This thing is massive. It's not really easy to carry in a bag or on your side. The alternative to this would be the salon style spray bottles that are about this big. They come in blues and oranges and greens and stuff like that, but they have a really strong sprayer nozzle on it. You don't want to go with the cheap one because this thing here fails very easily on a cheap version. If you don't have any other choices, you could always dump out, a Windex bottle or something like that. That's a very improvised way to do it, especially last minute. If something happens now and you're not prepared, maybe 24 hours, hopefully, to get something prepared, get together, and get out. If you don't already have your bug-out bag prepared. So we got the alcohol gun using isopropyl alcohol and a spray bottle. Another alternative would be some kind of a high percentage alcohol. This is the Polish spiritus. You can use Everclear, something like that. This stuff is 96%. It's very high, very flammable. You get that stuff in your eyes, and I guarantee it's going to burn. It's going to burn for a minimum 20 minutes with constant flushing of water. With no access to water, it could be hours before that stops burning. I worked in a paint company for many years. I've got a lot of solvents, a lot of alcohols and stuff sprayed in my eyes, even with contacts, and none of it's ever been permanent. So I hesitate to say that this is a safe alternative, but you know, who knows, someone has some kind of a problem with their eyes, you could cause some serious damage. But pepper spray as well can cause some serious damage if it's, you know, not done appropriately. Again, I was talking about multiple uses. You've got pepper spray, one use. Bottle is trash. You've got isopropyl alcohol. What can you use this for? You can use it for itches, bug bites. You can use it for abrasions, scratches, cleaning. Not only can you use it for that and also in the spray bottle, but if you have some kind of a alcohol stove, like a penny stove or something like that, you can use it for that as well. Plus, the spray bottle is rechargeable. You can use either or. You know, let's say you use up all of your isopropyl alcohol, but you raid a convenience store and you find a bottle of this. You can interchange it, put it in there, and you can use it. I have used it in the penny stove. I used both fuels in the penny stove, and they both worked. Although the drinking alcohol does cause a little bit of residue. I don't know if you can see that because of the sugars in the alcohol, but it's very easy to clean that off. It's not a big deal. So, multiple uses. I'm kind of leaning more towards this kind of alcohol because it even has the additional use that you can dilute it and drink it. You know, you're going to stitch somebody up, or someone's having trouble sleeping, or just for entertainment purposes. You know, one of the best things for survival is high spirits. Spirits, no pun intended. So that's why I'm leaning more towards this, but in the field, if you come across either one of these, they both work. If both of these get sprayed in the eyes, it's going to burn, it's going to stop you. And then also, you have different settings. You know, if you got a dog charging at you, you don't want to use the jet spray. You could dial it down to the cloud spray. You know, it's when a dog's running, his head's bobbing up and down. It's pretty hard to aim right for his eyes. So when you change it to the other setting, you can hit him with it. He's going to stop. For a bear, something like that. I would not want to field test this with a bear, but it's better than nothing. You know, if you don't have any other means, you don't have a gun, strong enough gun to stop a bear. Hopefully you have something this will help you. If you have people or something coming at you, you can dial it up to stream. You can hit multiple targets, bam, 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 and it's got a pretty long range, and there's a big capacity. You know, you got a huge capacity in this bottle. Or even if you use a smaller bottle, you still have quite a bit of fuel in here. You can hit, and you're done. So, in conclusion, instead of having mace or pepper spray in your survival bug out bag, I would improvise and use isopropyl alcohol or some kind of high percentage drinking alcohol. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy this video. See you in the next one.